radio show on 97.7 FM, The City.
Greetings, blessings, and good fortune. Back another Thursday, great Thursday. We're all happy to be alive on the right side of the grass. Here we are from KCYP, The City, 97.7 FM, and it's a great opportunity we have. We have a guest today, Ms. Doris Lopez, okay, and she is with the Elevate Trading Educational Platform, okay? So I'm going to give her an opportunity in a minute to explain exactly what it is her and her colleagues do, but suffice it to say that when you come to me and you learn how to buy Bitcoin, I am generally the kind of guy that's going to tell you, if you want to learn how to do it safely and put it in your own possession and kind of bank it away, I'm your guy. What I'm understanding after talking to Doris for a little bit here is, if you're one of those people who wants to make money with your money, trading, okay, I mean, we all know people who've heard of day traders in the stocks and you know, commodities businesses, but you can also do that, of course, with cryptocurrency. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Doris to basically enlighten us as to what it is that they do over there, and then she's going to come to give us contact info and all that good stuff. If you're interested, you can come and check it out, and you can, from what I understand, learn at your own pace. So Doris, I'm going to give it over to you. I'll have some questions for you, but just give the general pitch as to what it is Elevate does and can offer to a new client.
So thank you for having me here. I'm super excited. Let me give you my disclaimer. I just started learning how to trade. I am a baby in trading, but I have always focused on the motto of learn as you earn concept in any business that I do. And so as I am growing in my trading journey, I have been able to have some really successful weeks. And so, of course, I attribute that to our Elevate platform. And basically what Elevate is a platform of education where you can come in and learn Forex trading, crypto trading, and you can learn about NFTs. And we have some of the top experts in the industry that have been doing this professionally, and now they have put a full-blown educational platform together so that anyone, even if you were a professional before and you were doing trading, when you go through our program, we have seen a tremendous amount of success because it is a very focused system so that you can have success. So you will learn at your own pace, and we have live and recorded calls. So there's always something that you can be learning at the time that you're available.
Okay, so you mentioned calls. So is there like an expert line where you can call for assistance, for help?
We actually have a full-blown calendar. And in the platform, when you become an Elevate customer, you will have full access to our teaching platform. Within that teaching platform, we have an interactive platform where you can send in your calls. Usually when we're doing a live class or call, we do it through Zoom, Facebook sometimes, but mainly Zoom. And if you log in, you can be chatting with your educator. Okay. So you are never alone. That is the powerful part about this. Anyone that knows anything about me, I am the chick that hates computers. My assistants would write my emails and I just review it and press send. That's not my thing. Okay. I don't care to be in front of a screen. But when I saw young kids, and when I'm telling you young kids, we have 13-year-olds, we have 8-year-olds. We just had an 8-year-old make $123 sitting in front of his barber, like sitting at the barber chair, getting a haircut.
Hopefully with mom or dad behind him.
Oh yeah, you know, he was obviously mom or dad took him to get his haircut, but he's trading and he made $123.
Wow.
And so what the powerful and most impactful part about this platform that I have personally experienced is that it is knowledge that you gain that you can use for crypto trading, for forex trading, if you want to go into the stocks. You have the foundations, right? Learning about NFTs. Like I said, I'm very new. I just started. I've been very successful. We know that the master of lessons, the best lessons you gain are from failing, right? So I've had some failures.
I've done that a few times.
And you know what? And it's a daily thing. But you show up to the market every day. I like to trade every day because I have 7 children, 5 of which are still at home, ranging between the ages of 11 to 18. So they're all getting ready for college. But I will tell you what, there was nothing more powerful that I have experienced than Monday night. I stepped out for a little bit. I told the guys, I'll be back. Probably I thought it was going to be 2 hours. I came back an hour early, and I see my niece, who's 19 in college, my 11-year-old daughter, my 13-year-old daughter, and they're all taking notes from our Elevate platform on the bearish trend. So,
and how to make a profit from it.
And how to, exactly. And so my kids are young. My son has a phone since August. I cannot get that boy to answer or look at a text for anything in the world. He started, however, with his demo account on Sunday. From Sunday to today, I have gotten more messages from that boy because he's looking at, you know, his phone when he gets a break, and he's 15, you know, he's learning. So the financial focus that you gain, I'll tell you what, he read 3 finance books that I have. I have a lot of books at home. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, you name them, I have them, right? 3 in 3 weeks. He read 1 book a week. He's 15.
Wow.
But that only came from when he started his lessons of Elevate, because you can do them at your own pace. And so the power that you gain through knowledge through this platform is incredible.
And he can do this, so of course he's going to do his homework first, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, or at least he's going to tell you, Mom, I'm doing my homework. And then after that, he's able to go into on his phone. He can. Is there a video on the phone? Like, hey, I'm going to learn how to do shorts today, or I'm going to learn how to do a spread trade or something. So
we have everything is whatever happened today is recorded and it stays archived. So whatever it is that you want to learn, you search it up and you will get that.
Okay. So
lesson.
We're talking about kids. I've got plenty of them. Thank God. And,
me too. I have 7.
Okay. You got me beat. I have 5. So
and I have 4 grandchildren.
3. So we're dealing with young kids. What is the Elevate policy on that kind of thing? I mean, you know, obviously you're watching what your kids are doing. There are going to be people that aren't going to watch what their kids are doing, and you know, if kids are smart, if they get a chance to get mom or dad's debit card or whatever, and then they start trading with that, I mean, how does that work?
Let me explain. The Elevate platform is only an educational platform. You log in, all you get in our platform is education. Okay. You will then, as a parent, decide what access you want to give your child. They will get their demo account, their live account. That's each parent controls that.
So what I'm gathering is, and this is important, I've told everyone that views our show, and thank you all for coming in now. I'm not seeing the numbers or anything. I don't know if there's any comments or anything, Joe, but please comment. The Otter phone is here. Okay, we've got 737-256-9339. If you'd like to talk to me or Doris, we'll answer your questions. We'll just put you right here, and you'll be on the air with us. So my question is this, and this is what I like. I have to tell every person who ever wants to get into cryptocurrency is, you don't want to give anyone else your funds. We've lived through, you're probably not as old as me, but we've lived through so much. 53.
Okay, so
we've lived through so much, okay? Where we as people trust other people, and they're called bankers, and they're not nice and they don't like us. Not your average banker on the corner. I know a few, and they're good people. The locals, you know. But the ones who, Wall Street, all that, they don't care if your family lives or dies. They don't care if my family lives or dies. We give them our money in our 501 accounts, or what do they call them? The 401ks. Yeah. We give them their money, our money, and they do whatever they want with it. Those days are coming to an end, and for good reason. So when we buy cryptocurrency, we want to have custody.
Absolutely.
It's a custody issue, and I show people how to grab it, bring whatever they buy from Cash App or wherever they buy from an exchange, bring it into their wallet, hopefully a solid piece of something that they can put it in, hide it away. They've got their keys, their passcodes and everything. What you're telling me, if I'm getting this right, is that with Elevate, there's no one will ever touch your money at all.
Absolutely not. You determine. So what'll happen is, after you finish your basics, you have instructions of downloading either MT5, MT4, whatever it is, the platform that you're going to use for trading. And then you pick your own broker. Okay. And so like there's some really good brokers out there. The question is always, okay, so how many days or how long before I can pull out my money? Because, you know, when we go to the bank,
yes,
you can't pull out your money without penalty or, you know, whatever their stipulations are. Here, there's some brokers that you can pull out your money once a week. Some you can pull it out twice a week. I mean, I'm sure and I'm very new and I'm just learning all these things about brokers. And every day we find someone that is more efficient than the other, right? And so, of course, everybody's learning that by trial and error, but you can pull out your money. You determine how much money you're going to start your account with. Of course, you don't really learn anything in life unless you do it live. Like when I became a hairdresser, I had to give a real haircut before I really learned how to do it. So same thing with us. You know, we always encourage everybody keeps their students for a long period of time for retention purposes on demo accounts. We want you to stay because you're being successful.
Okay.
Not because we have you tied down to something. So
or that you have someone's money hostage.
Yeah,
nothing like that.
We don't do any of that.
Okay.
You pay straight $180 a month. You take your courses for as long as you want. I highly recommend anyone that wants to learn to say, hey, I'll do this for 3 months. The least thing that you're going to get if you do sit on any given class is some information about how your money really works and what can happen with it if you have control of it.
Okay.
And so for me, that's been the difference, right? When I saw young kids, I mean, one of the girls that was teaching one of the classes, she was 23 years old and she was banking. And I'm going, how is this young girl doing this for maybe 2 hours of her day,
right?
And she's done, and she doesn't know what the hardship of life is, and that is the thing. I think that we find ourselves in a position, and you understand this because we're from the same time frame.
Right.
We didn't have a cell phone in high school. There was,
right.
I know my senior year was a big brick that my aunt, who made a lot of money, was carrying around, and we thought she was amazing, right?
Yeah.
She's so cool because she's got this brick.
Yeah.
Now, my kid, I kid you not, my daughter started a new job and her phone died. Both our phones died. We didn't have a GPS. And she's like, well, you're not going to know where you're at. And I said, oh, I got this. And I got her there. She was in shock because we had only been there once. But we come from a time where there was no GPS.
Exactly.
We know how to arrive somewhere without a GPS. These kids, though, have this tool that we didn't have.
Right.
And so it has its pros and its cons. The pros is that in my case, I would not have ever been able to replace the bank.
Right.
For that
right.
to make the amount of money that I thought I should, either in a CD or my savings account. I have made more money in one sitting than I ever made on the interest that a CD, $10,000 CD a year paid me. And you're more an expert. Like I said, I am a baby in this. I'm not even crawling yet. But the proof is in the pudding. Show me the money, and I'm seeing the money.
Now, I want to make sure that everyone who's watching understands that I didn't meet Doris until today. It was Joe, our station owner and producer, that made this happen, and I'm glad he did. But I want everybody to know, full disclosure, we didn't collaborate or we didn't know each other before today. So I'm giving I guess you could say a platform to Doris and the Elevate platform, but I'm not endorsing yet. From what I'm hearing right now, it sounds pretty good if you can educate yourself. And the only obligation, and this is what I'm gathering now, the only obligation to Elevate you have, if you sign on, would be $180 a month.
And
you're not
you can
obligated
cancel
to anything else. You're not.
Nothing
Oh, you got to
at all.
deposit this to trade.
No.
You got
Again,
nothing.
Again,
completely independent.
we are solely, what I'm talking about here concerning Elevate is solely an education platform.
Okay.
That's it.
That's
You
important.
find your own broker. We can, I can suggest who I'm using if that's who you want
Right.
to use. If somebody, your best friend told you about the guy and wherever, that's up to you.
Yes.
You will deposit your own money. You will do everything yourself.
Or
we
not.
do nothing. If
Or
you
not.
want that.
Yeah.
We do absolutely nothing other than give you the access to the courses so that then you can gain your knowledge.
Right.
And you can sit down and watch us trade live. I have like some of the students come over to my house and we take the courses together on the live courses and then we put in our trades together. But he's got his money, she's got his money, I got my money.
Right.
We have full control of our own platform.
And you can take it out,
That's
and depending if I'm gathering correctly, depending on what brokerage you get with, will depend on how often you can take your money out and put it into either your bank account or Bitcoin, which would be mine.
Right. And some are crypto and crypto out. It just depends on which broker you use. So there'll be people that have never, like tonight I'm doing a Zoom with a guy from New York who's never even done crypto. So I'm going to walk him through the system of, okay, well, you need to buy your crypto before, because he wants to use one of my brokers that I work, that I use for my trading.
Sure.
So we don't know. We have zero affiliation. I have zero affiliation with any of these brokers. These brokers are worldwide. I don't know any of them personally.
Right.
I just hear from our community who's been able to get their money out faster.
Right.
That's the question.
Right.
How quickly I can get my money out,
And
right?
that-
so that's
yes.
the thing, because the thing is that if I'm making this money, I want to be able to have access to it.
Absolutely.
That's the bottom line.
And Doris, as we've just said, you don't know me, you've never seen this show, but that is so pertinent to what we do here. Because I was going to come out, I got my show notes. Part of what I was going to talk about was one of my favorite personalities in the YouTube verse. He's still on YouTube. He hasn't said anything too truthful that would get him kicked off of YouTube yet. But his name is, he calls himself the Economic Ninja. Okay. And what I want to make sure that everyone who's watching knows, and we get most of our views in this is recorded, so they check on my Facebook or my YouTube or whatever. But what I would like everybody to know is the Economic Ninja, who all the viewers who watch know of because I talk about him so much. He's predicting, based on some knowledge he has, and don't take this from me, anyone. Watch the Ninja. I think it was on two shows back. That we are coming close to a possible bank failure again in May, early May. So we're right up on there. And this is going to be a good litmus test for us, because if he craps out on this, well then, take down the hysteria a notch or whatever. But if he's right about this, and some of these banks, and he showed, I won't get into it because I don't want to name names, and the bank run thing is a big deal, and I'm not going to get into that. But there are some banks that are on shaky ground right now, very shaky ground. So when you're talking about, okay, your communications sometimes are, hey, who can get their money out fastest?
That's the
then
key.
I feel you. I see exactly what you're talking about, and I think anyone who's watching would really appreciate being able to be on the cutting edge of knowledge. Where can I go that I can get maybe even instantly? I can, let me give you an example. I use a trading platform for cryptos called KuCoin. Okay. So when I want to buy something other than Bitcoin that other, US-based platforms don't have, KuCoin usually has it. So my practice is I send my Bitcoin to KuCoin, put it in my account, purchase what I want, send it immediately back to my wallet. So my currency, my crypto, is only on KuCoin for a matter of minutes sometimes. I never leave it there and say, hey, I got an open order and I got this much in on there or that much. No, I bring it right back. So hopefully, as this evolves, and hopefully you will all be successful and everyone involved will, because this is what part of this show is about. Educating the average person to do what they need to do to bring themselves and their family to a position where they can prepare for what's coming. Because we don't want to be scared. We want to be prepared. Bad things are coming financially. But if we're prepared, we and our family will come out on top.
Right.
And that's what we want. So when you're telling us about education, I dig it.
And you know, I will share this. One of our friends, one of my close friends, you know, because you know we have access to certain things, and so when I learned about forex trading, we have a broker that we work with, and he does amazing for us. And so we saw the success that he was having, and so we could see how he was trading, right? And that's really how when I saw
Real
how
time?
he was doing, yeah, on like, you know, we had access to our
On screen.
platform,
Okay.
you know, on my phone on MT5, and I could see him
You
trading.
do all this on your phone?
Like I do everything on my phone, and even
I can't do that,
my
Joe. I gotta have a
mentor-
big screen.
Listen, I have a friend. So we have, you know, we're worldwide, right? And so there's a guy, young guy, actually, he's a single dad who's raising 3 kids, and he's homeschooling his kids, right? And he's created an entire Forex Academy in one of his, I don't know if he's renting the place or what, but it looks like a huge garage, and he's got big screens everywhere. And when I saw this, I was like, there's this one screen that now I want, and it's like this
Curved,
big,
right.
curved, and I'm like, that when I grow up I want to get that. But you know what? But I'm thinking, like, I hate to be in front of a screen, so I just do literally everything out of my phone.
Wow.
Right here.
Wow.
This is what you will get. You pick whatever platform you want to work with, and you trade, right? And I'll tell you what, it has changed everything, the way that I do everything. But going back to what I wanted to share, so one of my friends, we saw this, and we saw that our gain was amazing, and so he'd said, you know what, I'm going to take my 401k. Man, I'm going to tell you something. It broke our heart to see that it was 40%
Yeah.
penalty.
Yeah.
Thankfully, our broker made it all back in about 2 months. That
Awesome.
40%, right?
Now we're not recommending that.
We're not
everybody.
yeah,
We're not recommending
recom-
dipping into your retirement
right,
fund.
we are not. We're not advocating for that. This is what I am saying.
Okay.
What I am saying is that if all hell breaks loose and the banks go away,
Yeah.
where's your 401k?
Exactly.
Where's your 401k?
Preach
You
it,
ain't got no
Doris.
401k.
Preach it, Doris. I
Okay?
tell people
So my point
all day,
is,
every day, the same thing.
educate yourself through our platform. There's a lot of, I had a meeting today with our head Forex educator. And I said, share with me, because again, he's an expert at this. He's been doing this for years. I just started. I said, share with us the difference of what we offer versus what is out there. And the main thing that he shared, there were several, but what made most impact to me is that, you know, you come in, you take these courses, and they keep you on demo accounts for sometimes a year. Why? Because that ensures that you're paying that education, that's kind of your college, right? Every month.
Right. Tuition.
And they're 3-4 times more expensive than what we offer, and it's usually only one form of trading, right? Either forex or crypto or whatever it is that you want to learn. And so with us, you pay this month, you want to take the courses next month, and your subscription hasn't renewed, that's fine. You can go back, you renew it, and you start your courses again. So it is the fact that we encourage you to right away, as soon as you can, start with a live account, so that you can start gaining control of yourself. The reason why this is our second year with Elevate, the reason why we have the level of success that we do, and we have the level of retention that we do, is because of how close the community becomes when, like, for example, I have 10 Elevate customers, right? That I work with.
So let me interrupt for just a moment. It's
Yes.
a network marketing business, right?
It is.
In it by its derivation, its origin.
So iBoomerang is the network marketing company that I am an ambassador for. I'm an executive director. We have an education platform is one of our products. Okay, so we're called the Travel and Trade Company. We focus on travel and trade. We have an iGo platform where you get amazing discounts on travel. We are not a travel agency. We're not a travel company. We're not a short-term rental company. We are just a pass-through platform where, let's say that if you book through our iGo platform and you find it the same exact accommodation anywhere else on the internet with any other company, you're going to send us that. we're going to match it and we're going to give you an extra 10% off. So no matter where you're booking, you always want to book through us first, so that should you find it cheaper, then now you get an extra 10% off.
Right.
Now, me as a business distributor, right, an ambassador with the company, I make money from that. Okay, I make money. If you save $100, the company is going to give me 50. I get 50% of whatever our customers save. Okay. That customer that made the booking is not in network marketing. That's just any person that is going to do what they were already going to do no matter what. They're just going to find better savings, better rates, and we're going to be able to benefit from that.
Before we have a lot of people that don't have the hour or whatever it is we're able to go on. Give out some of your contact info.
Okay, so my name is Doris Lopez, Doriz Lopez. My phone number is 956-648-4887. You can find me on Facebook under Doris Lopez. You can find me on Instagram under, oh, don't kill me. It is Fierce_Dynasty. There you go, Fierce_Dynasty. And if you want any information, also Joe, if you send anything, I don't know what your contacts are here, but Joe's a very good friend and partner in crime over there. So any questions that you guys have, any information that you need, I'll send you a very simple video that you can see in about 5-10 minutes. You get to really get a feel of what we teach, and then it's up to you. I'm not going to hound you.
Let me get the last four of your phone number again.
648-4887.
So it's 956-648-4887. Doris with a Z. Lopez. Okay. So I say that just to say that I know a lot of our viewers are either in the vehicle driving to, from, whatever, and we're repeating this, and I can also throw it up on the page afterwards. But again, if you want to talk to Doris right now or me, it's 6:30 right now, so we're about halfway through the show. I have a couple questions, and this is basically to your philosophy, because here when we share things, the viewers and I, when we share things, it's on a almost like a preparatory format, meaning we're prepping for something that we believe is going to happen. I don't think I think that in the end we're going to be great. There's light at the end of the tunnel. I think the United States is going to have a resurgence in manufacturing. I think we're going to have a new industrial revolution, but we're going to have to go through some rough times first, because this current banking system that does not work is crashing, and they're doing it on purpose. The masters of this banking system, right? They knew this all along, that a fiat system could never sustain. Yet they've got something they want to push us into. Okay? Central bank digital currency. What do you think about that?
I will tell you, I am not well versed in that subject. Okay. I will tell you, the one thing that everybody's going to get from me is honesty. And I will tell you this.
That's fair.
So to answer that, I will say this. People and the masses tend to operate out of whatever trend is happening. If the message is fear, everybody goes crazy through fear. Panic, right? I hear what you're saying. And although I do not understand some of the language that you just used, I can tell you this. Lack of preparation breeds fear.
Yes.
Lack of knowledge breeds fear. So how would I understand? Because I will tell you, so many people keep telling me, you know what, that whole Forex thing is going to go away. It's a scam. Yeah. Bitcoin is a scam. Crypto is a scam. NFT is a scam. You can say that. But people that are saying that, they're speaking out of ignorance because they fear the knowledge. Just like I'm going to tell you that I was so scared to trade because I was terrified because I had no knowledge of it.
Right.
Okay.
You're apprehensive because, I'm going into a different,
Look at the charts. I literally looked at the charts. I didn't even have a trading account demo yet. And I looked at those charts literally for 2 months. Okay. He said, you will look at the patterns of candles if you're terrified. My brain got used to seeing that.
Yeah.
and it is a matter of preparation. Lack
Right,
of preparation breeds fear, right? So it has been the end of time from the beginning of time. From the beginning of time, the world is going to
The
end.
world will end tomorrow, says the
Right.
sign.
Exactly. However, I'm not worried because I am preparing. I'm not worried because I walked in the house and my niece and my kids, I don't know if I told you this already.
Yeah.
But
That's-
they were sitting. My son is trading. My daughter's getting ready for college. She's like, okay, me and my boyfriend are gonna learn how to do this. I am not worried about what is coming because I am taking the steps for being prepared. Being prepared in the knowledge of, listen, when the companies that do not advertise on TV, which we know who they are. Have you ever seen a yacht advertised on TV?
Those 80s infomercial. Remember
Right.
Tommy
Well,
Voo?
back in the
Tommy
right.
Voo?
Right. Well, see, these kids don't even know what
I know,
80s
they don't.
infomercial are because
Yeah.
they got TikTok every
Yeah.
30 seconds, right? But the yacht companies do not advertise on TV.
No, they don't need to.
I've never seen a Rolls Royce with the price tag on TV, right? Yet these are the companies that are accepting crypto as form of payment. So if the major larger companies that rule the world are taking this, how can you tell me that this is not going to work and it's going to fall apart? From here till then,
Sorry.
I'm going to do what I need to do. You know what I mean? Because I have to be prepared. Because it is my job as a parent to prepare my kids. And if I can prepare my friends and their children and people out there listening, again, the most honest thing you're going to get from me is the truth. I do not know everything, but guess what? I'm not here to reinvent the wheel. I'm just here to take advantage
Well said,
of
Doris.
that wheel that has already been made. And if it can get me from point A all the way through Z
Right.
in a very comfortable manner, I'm on.
You're on it. And let me tell you this. We got a couple comments. We got, Joe's talking about being interesting. Thanks, Joe. Sue, thanks for the information. I'll definitely look into this. Renee, Johnny, Marcos, you're all here. Thank you. I've got the comments in front of me now, everybody. If you want to throw off a comment, you got a question for me or Doris, please let it rip. We're talking about preparation. We're talking about how it is that we're going to prepare ourselves and our family financially for any disasters that might come. And Doris was sharing that she hasn't really been following the same radar blip screen that I have. So she's not seeing what I have been seeing, but regardless, she's not afraid because she's prepared. So have I encapsulated that pretty well?
Yeah.
So like we said, the economic ninja, this is his tagline. I won't take his. It's don't be scared, be prepared. So we don't have to be scared. We and perhaps once if you were wanting to come on the show again at some point in the future,
I'm
whatever,
open,
I
yeah.
can give you some material and look at it and say, wow, this guy was right. We are heading for this, that, but you still won't be scared. You still won't be afraid.
Well, I mean, I know that there's something coming.
Right.
Because there's change. Listen, the main thing when you're doing trading is that the news affect what happens in the market.
Right. So you want to keep your eye on that.
So a few weeks when there was those bank shutdowns,
Right.
The market went crazy. I made a lot of money though.
Let me ask you
A lot of
this.
people were going crazy because their bank closed.
Right.
But I was making money because I was paying attention to the charts.
Right.
Because I'm the queen of learn as you earn. And so I was watching the trends and I said, oh, I could put in a sell, or I could put in a buy, and I can make some money
Right.
on the way. So I know my kids will be fine.
Right. Let me ask you this. How do you, and here's what I like to tell my listeners. Land, gold, silver, Bitcoin. If we want to escape whatever might be coming, we want to be able to hide our hard-earned money, right? Mm-hmm. What we've earned based on, in your case, what you're telling me is you're earning using your mind. You're not out there busting rocks. You're not out there on a road crew anywhere. Mm-hmm. You're out there, you're using your mind in your own home, okay? Or just on your phone, wherever you're at. And you're using basically what you've learned. You're employing that learning, that education to gain you money. So with that money, what do you think, or do you not, have you not jumped that far yet? How do you think you want to lock in that hard-earned
Definitely. I mean, of course, definitely real estate, you know, and I have access to buy gold. So, you know, and this is where, because I have friends that
Sure.
have called me and said, well, I need this much gold and I need,
Yeah.
and I'm like, look, I can get you whatever you want. Well, you need to be doing, I don't operate out of fear.
Right.
I don't operate out of fear. Listen, I come from a time when I was in the ministry years ago when Y2K was going to hit. And these churches went crazy selling insane items and made so much money from people out of fear.
Right. The world is ending.
The world is ending. You're not going to be able to feed your family. There's going to be a shutdown. We're going back to the early 1800s where there was no electricity. 1900s.
I remember
and
that.
it was chaos. And it was families
Yeah.
giving their paychecks
They
to
took
buy
advantage of a lot of
stove,
people.
you know,
Lot
wood
of
stoves
different-
and all. So I have lived through that. I have seen it. I don't operate out of panic.
Right.
So because guess what? If every single bank closed tonight, what can you do? I can't do anything.
Right. You can't.
If we go to
Tonight,
sleep,
right.
if we go to sleep when we get out of here and we go home and we put our children to bed and we go to sleep and you wake up and there is zero banking system available in this
Right.
country, what are you going to do? What can you do?
It depends. And what it depends on is
Right.
what you did the days before.
Right. But I'm saying right now, with the knowledge that everybody has, right?
Right.
It's either you're prepared or you're not. And that's my whole point. Either
Right.
you are prepared or you are not prepared.
Interesting viewpoint. Yeah. And
You know.
that's valid.
So I'm going to be prepared.
Right.
And I will gain whatever knowledge I can gain from you because I'm completely literate in the crypto world. I just had this discussion with our Forex educator. I said, you know, my goal is to, as I develop this strategy and learn how to trade Forex, then move on to crypto.
Right.
Right? Why? Because I need to be prepared. I cannot have a discussion with now. 2 months from now, I may be able to have a really good conversation with you concerning crypto.
Right.
Because now I'm educating myself in that, right?
Right.
But my goal is to be prepared and to help as many people as possible be prepared. Get prepared. Because there's a lot of people that have CDs that are making them barely any money a year.
It's literally,
and the bank's trading their money in the same platform that I'm trading at,
Thank
and
you.
they're keeping all that money.
it's literally, and I'm not using hyperbole. It's literally criminal what they're doing.
Right. But we don't know better. And so when you don't know better, you don't know how to do better.
Exactly.
Right? So now that you have an opportunity for growth, that's up to you what you do with it. For me, not only do I get to grow, but I get to watch my kids at a very young age understand how money really works. Because the reason why money stays in the 5 and 1% is because the discussions that those families are having are very different than the ones we are having in our
Absolutely.
homes.
Rich dad, poor dad, right?
Yes. Well, and I mean, it's just living and being a business owner and
Right.
having employees and understanding that when you talk about a trust in our Hispanic culture, very few people
sure.
know that. Why? Because it's not a conversation. However, there is no way that my mother would have allowed me when I was young to take $500 and put it in a in a Forex trading account,
Right.
because it took 2 weeks to make that money or a week of your time to make that
Yeah.
money, right? But you're going to multiply it. We know how to multiply our hours of labor because that's what we have seen.
And that's what, when you're talking about the 1 and the 5%, that's what they do. They don't make money with their bodies. They make money with their brains, and
Exactly.
then their money. Well, usually they start with money, right?
Right,
And their
right.
money makes them money,
Right.
which is the idea that they don't want us to get. So they
Right.
teach us how to be wage slaves.
Exactly. And so that is the cultural mentality that we have, right? So now shifting that level of knowledge. My son, who is 15, and my daughter, who is 11, when I'm walking her, I live 2 blocks from the school. When I'm walking her, she's like, so are we in profit? She's 11. There's no way I would have even known what are
Right,
we in profit
right.
is at 11 years old. Because that's not something that was discussed in my home.
Right.
Now that we have the opportunity, and I would not have been able to do it without this platform. I was signing up a young man in the Elevate courses, and he's looking at me and goes, so it's 180 per class? And I'm looking at him. I said, hold on. No, but you're ready to pay $180 per class.
Yeah.
Remember, I've never taken a course. He goes, well, it's because I have this money saved. And he had a certain amount of money. He goes, because, I met with someone 3 weeks ago. They're charging, I don't know if it was $3,500 or $3,700 for courses that he was going to take for 1 month to learn how to trade.
Right.
And he was willing to save the money to pay that because he had seen some trading money before. He just didn't have the skill, so he made a lot and lost it all.
Right.
But he knew that there was a way. So because he knew there was a way, he didn't mind paying because he wanted to gain the knowledge. So I was like, wow, I would not be able to do what I'm doing now without this level of education.
Right.
And so, I'm in the medical world. Right. And so my docs have gone to school for 10, 11, 12 years. Some of these people are sitting down with me and they're trading. And you know what? I'm grateful for that because they're tired of being in the ERs and the ORs and, the hospitals and 24/7. Joe knows some of my friends, and it's sometimes they don't show up or they show up in scraps. But they paid.
Right.
Not only with their time and their lives, but their money, because they came out. I have a new doc. He's like $447,000 in debt for med school, right?
Oh yeah, that's another criminal enterprise right there.
Well, I made 33 last week.
Wow.
I've never been to college, but I have taken the time always to find ways to educate myself. And so again, fear, lack of knowledge breeds fear. People are fearful because they have no knowledge.
Right.
So if we can prepare you with knowledge, whatever you do with it is up to you. When the crisis comes, I'm like, man, I should have done what because you already know better.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Now,
one thing I noticed about what you were saying earlier, and is encouraging, is that you say that if let's say I pay my $180, I have a rough month the next month. I don't have the 180, so I'm cut off from the platform. The next month I do well again or whatever, I can rejoin at the same price.
There's no
there's no obligation.
No,
I got to pay 12 months ahead of time.
No. You are. That's why I love our platform, because our founder, Mr. Holton Bugs, who's the founder of iBoomerang. And we had other products. We had three other products, right? You can Google him, Holton Bugs, Holton.
I'm going to go the iBoomerang route.
Yeah, iBoomerang, yeah. It's IBUUME. iBoomerang, yeah. When he founded the company, and we had other products, and they're really one of a kind products, and they're exclusive to us in the United States, right? So we're the only company that can get certain products. Actually, all of our products are proprietary to us in some way, shape, or form that only you can get in the U.S., right? Through us. So what is so powerful is that when he saw how impactful it has been, the level of knowledge that our Elevate platform has given people, where they don't have to be out there doing the network marketing thing. They can be just a student and make their own money and see that level of success and become financially free. He said, you know what? This is the conversation he had with us in the beginning of the year. I have never experienced a product that has changed people's lives like Elevate platform has. So we are not going to focus on just travel and trade. We are not a product company. I had some great products, did very well. We sold them all over the world. But the goal is to give something that is truly life-changing, that no one can take away from you. Because I can tell you this, if not one of my children ever decide to trade on any way, shape, or form, as this world changes and it goes into crypto and it goes into, things being 9 times out of 10 on NFT.
Everything's going to be an NFT.
Everything is going to be an NFT. Did you see the home in Miami that got sold as an NFT?
Right.
Come on.
Right.
So this is where we're going. So you are either going to keep that old car and wait for it till there's 0 parts available, or you're going to get with the program, right?
Right. Right. Right.
Either way, this is what's coming. they're prepared. And so the goal for iBoomerang through our Elevate platform is for preparation. And so that is the reason why I am so focused now on growing that platform of education, because this is something no one can take away from my kid.
Right. Once they learn something, how do you take it away?
You can't.
Right.
And knowledge is power.
Right.
So now I have empowered my children and my niece and anyone that wants to do what I'm doing that much more.
Right. Wow, that sounds great. We don't have any more comments. Anybody want to speak up? Come on in, ask us a question. But I think this is great, Doris. Thank you. I think it was a very fortuitous event that did you contact Joe or did Joe contact you? How did that transpire, Joe?
Joe and I kind of close, so I'm like, there's some stuff that we do. He was a huge part of a big project that I was able to do.
So Joe's
can I say about the project? Okay, so we produced a film called You Are My Home, which is now on Netflix.
This is a local Valley production.
Well, the owner of the production company is from LA, but the entire film was filmed here in the Valley. Alyssa Milano was in it. So I know Alyssa Milano was everybody's crush.
Not a fan, but
a lot of people, here everybody wanted to bring free food, right?
Okay.
Because that was everybody's crush in high school. And so the film is called You Are My Home. Me and my friends and I put it together, did all the funding. And we would not have been able to produce that film without Joe.
Awesome.
I will say that over and over and over again. Joe was key to most of the things that we needed. I learned a lot, and so now Joe and I have some things, brewing that we will be working with. So yeah, I had talked to Joe about Elevate before, and then I sent him a video and I said, I really need you to look at this because what I'm seeing, it's incredible, but it's life changing.
Excellent. Well, I for one, I'm going to check it out, and then I'll be better able to
understand what it is.
Understand it, right? But when you talk about Joe doing his production work, we started about a year ago. Joe and I also go way back, and this has been extraordinary. This learning experience to come on. We do Facebook and we do YouTube. I think I would like to start up Rumble too, because YouTube has already been telling me things that I can't say. So I'm probably going to be branching out. We're going to stay on YouTube, and Joe's got his own YouTube, KCYP, the city 97.7 FM here locally, and we're just going to keep on keeping on. But I appreciate that you came in today, and I appreciate that Joe made the connection, because Joe knows both of us, and Joe knows that I want to prepare people for the future. I have a vision of what may or may not happen. I'm not a prophet by any means. But I've been looking at this stuff since the late 90s, and things are just starting to come in and accelerate. So when you came on and you said basically, hey, you were right there in the same groove that I'm in. Basically, be prepared. You might not have studied the same things I have, but you know that something's coming, and whatever it is, if you're prepared, you're there.
I don't have to,
there.
If you're prepared for the emergency and you have everything you need, all you can do is be prepared. Right?
You're right there. You're where you need to be, and that's where we ought to be. Well, do you have any final things you'd like to say?
No, actually, I just want to thank you guys, Joe, and you for having me.
Absolutely.
The goal is always to educate and to grow and to bring a positive message into people's lives. So if there is anything that you guys have a question about or you want to know, I am a person that I am a businesswoman, have been and done very well. I will be retiring from some of my duties by the end of this year.
Excellent.
Because I will be doing full-time training. And for me, what I'm doing is you cannot buy back time, but you definitely can create a way of life where you own your time, right? Because I only have today, and if I need to be in a job for 8 to 10 hours to be able to provide for a very large responsibility that I have, then my kids don't get their mom. But now my children get a huge amount of time with me. And that is because I've made some changes. And so I have prepared, I have gained knowledge. And if that's
Excellent.
something that can help you, definitely give me a call.
So what I'll do is after the broadcast, what I'll do is I'll put up your contact info. I'll pop it up on Facebook and let them know that, hey, you're available. And here, I'll put your number up there. If you got a website or whatever, let me know
Yes.
that. And I'll put that up there also. And Joe will probably do that too on his contact. So we'll be closing out today. And if you, like I said, if you want to pop up, go ahead. If not, later you can call Doris, or my email is bitcoinotter.media@gmail.com. Reach me there, ask any questions. Again, I'll track some things down, and if you've heard me say things in the past that either you disagree with or you want to know more about, let me know and I'll give you my sources and give your opinion, contrary or otherwise. I want to listen to it. I want to hear it. So I'm going to say goodbye to Doris, and for myself, the Bitcoin Otter, Doris Lopez, and Joe Martinez, thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for watching. Stay in touch, and we'll be back at you next week on the Bitcoin Otter Show.